Otherwise, it's me, Seaman Ted, and I'm back. I'm back with another video. And if you're in here, honey, you're good to go. You had to keep my yips in. I'm still a country girl. I had to keep my yips in, okay? Hi. Welcome to another review of Peacock TV's The Traitors, season 2, episode 8, Knives at Dawn. Baby, okay, so I am now caught up, so I have to wait every week like y'all do, which is hard, okay? I like doing the binge, but girl, it's hard. It's hard. So now, honey, I am literally on season 8 with you guys. Oh, okay. And the episode starts off with, who got unalive the last night when Phaedra and Pavarti went into what is it called? I forgot what they called it. I forgot what the lair for the traitors. Remember, they are the traitors. We ain't forgot that in a week. We ain't forgot it in a week. Okay. So, anyways, everybody's coming in. This time, this is Sheree's first time. She's all in there shaking and trembling and falling over stuff and pouring the food out pouring the food out on her lap and stuff like that. And I forgot who she walked in there with. But here's my thing. If you going to breakfast, baby, what you gonna be nervous about? I'm gonna remember I said that for later on in this review. If you done made it to breakfast, what we nervous about, baby? I ain't got to show you no nervousness. I don't got to care no kind of way who gone, baby. I'm here. What? Excuse me? That was some stupid. I tell you, some folks is thrown off on this game, okay? So, anyways. So, long story short. Oh, freak. Dang. So I had, not Benji. Not, Bergie, sorry. Bergie them got put off. They had to get rid of Bergie because that was Peter's support. And Peter had safety this time. So they couldn't get rid of Peter. All right. So they had to get rid of Bergie because that was a big Peter, I'm not going to say follower, but supporter. Okay. So they needed to break up, if they couldn't get Peter, they needed to break up his hard support persons. Okay. So Bergie's gone. People are like, oh, they didn't even hardly trip off of that. They trip more over Marcus than Bergie. And I hate that because I really like Bergie. And I actually would have liked him to go further in the game. But see, this is what I'm saying. You don't pick no team. You don't get part of no team. That's why I'm so glad Phaedra was like, girl, I'm up out of here. I'm not doing all that. When they was up in the armory trying to get Chummy and get some alliances that turned out to be some fake and inner working and all that mess like that, right? So I feel like Bergie did himself a disservice by aligning, with the Peter crew, the Peter pals. And I think Peter's doing himself a disservice by even being the head of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't have to grab your group and go walk over to the side and stuff like that's so alienating and stuff like that. And it's such a turnoff in this day and age. That's back in the baby boomers time in the silent generation. Like my team is over here, and a little Generation X with the mean girls type of stuff. And I'm not saying that that's not how people are in things at the time, but folks like to be more inclusionary environments than what Peter is willing to give. Okay, I just don't like it. And to me, you're dumb because you made a hard stance. In this game, you don't make no hard stance. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, Bergie's gone, and they eat, and then they go, and then Phaedra's just all like, "Ooh, I like this food. This food, look at this. I want some preserves." And I don't know why she's doing that either. Like I've told y'all episode after episode that Phaedra is not giving enough strategy. Okay. I think her strategy is to be friends with everyone, but at this point, she's gonna have to make a turn in her strategy. She has to make a turn in her strategy because this whole sitting here and just being Mother Earth with everybody, not making a hard stance, like they saying in all the in the confessionals and stuff like that. She doesn't really talk strategy with people. She doesn't call names hard and stuff. The only name I've heard her really call was Peter. And I'm just looking at her like, I think you need to get your hands dirty a little bit more. Uh-huh. She don't even be trying to win no competition. We're about to get on this competition now. And I'm just like, you don't want to get your hands dirty. And I don't like people like that. And I don't like people like that. And I really don't like women like that. That you want to sit up and look cute and have little shady remarks and stuff like that. And pat on people when they crying and stuff, but you don't never get your hands dirty. Nah, I don't even want a motherfucker like that on my team. You know what I'm saying? At all. You know what I'm saying? I don't like niggas. No. And so they all walking around and it's a powwow. It's like Peter, Sandra, what's his name? The Asian guy, John, what's the girl named? Trishelle. It's a couple more people in there. It's a good little group. And Phaedra finds herself like walking around like, I don't even know where nobody is. And you know that it's not good, okay? And I don't know why she thought she wasn't gonna never be like this week. She wasn't gonna be on trial, or put up on for banishment. When she said that, I was like, you don't think you would be banished? Are you crazy? Anyway, they put your name up twice. Anyway, so they in there talking. Trishelle got a wild hair up her tail. I've been watching Phaedra. These are her points. First of all, Phaedra she never looks scared. She never looks scared or like nervous of anything, right? Her second one is she has this twitch when she's talking, her eye twitch when what Trishelle says she deems that's when Phaedra is lying, okay? And then she says she feels that Dan, the traitor, when he got banished, wanted to give us a traitor. And I'm like, first of all, you're right. He did give you Phaedra and she is a traitor. So you're really watching this thing, Trishelle. I ain't mad at you, okay? You and Peter would be gone with the quickness if I had my druthers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm literally like, okay, she's playing pretty well. She's watching very, very well. Whereas nobody else is really putting up Phaedra except for Dan. And so I like that Trishelle is very observant because though the Dan thing is very much a good point. And then her demeanor, watching her demeanor is good too. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing for me. Okay. So she's in there, Trishelle's in there throwing Phaedra's name around, asking everybody just to listen. And when y'all see me tonight at the round table, just listen to what I have to say. These are things I'm saying, but just listen to everything I have to say so that you can, really think about it. And they're like, wait a minute, we all been saying Pavarti for weeks. Everybody's been saying Pavarti. And she's like, I'm telling you, you really need to watch this. Okay. And John's looking and he's making a case, making a deal. He's listening. But he's just, nope. The only person who's really biting hard is the Asian guy. I think his name is Terry or something. And Peter. That's the only person who's really, really biting off of that. Okay. And remember, Pavarti and Peter were trying to feel each other out to possibly work with each other. And both of them are trying to flip the other one to trust them, Pavarti and Peter, right? So, anyways, they sitting up there on the couch. Phaedra's walking around like, I don't know where everybody is. And she walks in. So she walks into this big powwow and sits right next to Trishelle. And I loved every bit of it. I wonder if when she walked in that room, she could tell who the leader was. Well, when she walked in, she was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And I wonder if she could tell who the leader and head conversationalist in this conversation was. Oh, I would love to ask her that. Because she went and sat right by. I know that was an open area, but she came and sat right by. I still want to know if she knew who was the one leading the conversation. Because I think CT was in there too. And that's her buddy, or kind of, or whatever, flirtation buddy, whatever. So she sits right next to Trishelle, and honey, and Miss Kate was in there. So Kate said, I'm getting up, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Because Kate was like, Peter, you're the main one hauling Pavarti. It had a witch hunt for Pavarti. But here you are saying Phaedra now? That don't make no sense. And I love how folks are calling him to the carpet. That you're trying to take everybody on your gameplay. And she's like, y'all, don't be fooled. Hold on, what is this thing hollering about? Don't be fooled. Okay, let me see. What you hollering at? What you see? Who is this? Oh, them people ain't for us. Them some other folks. Okay. Yeah. So they're not, it's real strange because, I love how Kate is peeping. He's trying to drag us along on his personal plight to win. And I ain't too much going. You know what I'm saying? Now your ass said Pavarti, you gonna give us Pavarti, you gonna do Pavarti. Oh, we ain't with you. Okay. So anyways, Kate dismisses herself from the conversation, which I was glad. Then somebody else got up. Then CT got out of there, and then some other folks got. And I was like, "Dang, y'all really gonna do Phaedra like that?" As soon as she came in, everybody started dispersing. Phaedra, if you didn't know what time it was right then, I don't know what to tell you. That was crazy. You should know what time it was. Everybody was perfectly seated, warm and comfy until you came in. But you still ain't seeing that it's you that they talking about. And your name is in the lineup now. Weird, silly, crazy. Okay? So anyway, they all get up. And then you start seeing folks walking around trying to talk to each other. Girl, that daggone Pavarti that went up and started crying to John. And I'm looking at John, and John is reading her in his head. John is reading her. Do you hear me? Like, girl, I'm not going for it. You ain't never cried. You ain't never showed no weakness. And even when she sat and was talking to the man, John, she sits up there and she's like, whenever everybody had their fingers pointed at me, I started, closing up. And I started, backing down and becoming more icy and steely but I really want to be more whatever. And I just, and whatever. And, all this BS that she's talking. So I'm sitting up in here in my head like, girl, you're literally telling him that you don't show emotion when you're under fire, and then you're sitting here crying in his face. If that doesn't seem like you fake and you weak and you put on, what else would? It was so fake. Okay, it was. And I love me some John, and I knew John wasn't going for it. Okay. Then Peter's going around with the Phaedra stuff. Okay. Peter's going around with the Phaedra stuff, and folks are trying to say, okay, and then the Asian guys are like, okay, I'll go with Phaedra. What is his name? Terry, Tom, Tommy? I don't know what his name is. And I'm just like, dude, are you fucking kidding me, guy? Like, you've been hauling Pavarti. You were so wrong on somebody that you took this ultimate stand on. Who was a girl or something? It was so crazy. Like, you really get the way you went out and hung yourself on that tree was crazy. You really still have to shut up. But he's still talking. Okay. And want to agree with Trishelle about that daggone eye wink that Phaedra got. I got the same thing. My eyes do the same thing. And I don't be telling the story every time it's doing it. It does that. Sometimes it just start doing it. Okay, so anyways, they go to the challenge. So the challenge is an escape room in this cabin way off in the woods. Baby, you got to get out of the only way you can escape is to say Hades, something crazy. Has ass or his ass or something like that. You can get out, and then the producers will let you out, or you get out through this underground tunnel. Baby, let me tell you something. Who wouldn't have went through them tunnels? It's me. So far, I would have been knee deep in every challenge, but to be in them tunnels like that, I would have clogged the tunnel, and anybody behind me would not have gotten out, because I would have stopped at somewhere. I would have got in there like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna go through, and I'd have stopped somewhere, and they would have had to cut me out of there or drag me out. I don't know. I don't know. I cannot do that. I'm hard. I have a MRI, a whole body MRI coming up, and I'm very nervous about that. Yeah, I just yeah. I would not have completed that. Okay, so you can either stay in the cabin and hunt for little stuff that they got in there. They found the map and try to help them get through everything on these walkie talkies and control the lights. So the lights for the whole operation, the whole scene, is if you have the lights on in the house, the lights in the tunnels go out. Girl, that'd have been it for me. It's to be in that tunnel and them lights go out. Okay. If you if you have the lights on in the tunnel, the lights in the house go out. And somebody in the house has to control the lights, right? So I'm trying to understand why there's not just two people left in the house and everybody else ain't in the tunnels. For every person that leaves without going through the tunnels, that's $1,000 lost. For every piece of gold that you find in the tunnel, that's $5,000. And I think for every person that comes out is, oh yeah, if you come out through the tunnel, then you don't get a negative $1,000. Okay, got it. Okay, or something like that. But anyway, honey, CT, Pavardi, Tricia, all of them, they all through the tunnel. They getting through the tunnel. First of all, those ladies are little. I cannot. Well, you know what? Miss Sandra got in there too. Didn't Sandra get in the tunnel, or did she get out? I know the first person to say I can't do this. Okay, hold on. Okay, so they're working the challenge. They got the Asian guy on the lights. Sandra was on the lights at first too. Then somebody else is on the lights. And they're also searching for different clues and different stuff in the house and stuff like that. But at some point, they start throwing maggots and what's the things they go moccasin, not moccasin. I didn't forgot what they're called. And they're hard when you get to them. I forgot what they called. I forgot. But anyway, they're spraying pee all on them, and I'm talking about they're doing it in the tunnel and they're doing it in the house. Okay. Stankin' ass pee and stuff all on them, and bugs and all kind of crap falling all on top of them and stuff like that. The person at the lights, you getting all the shit dumped on you every couple of minutes. Okay. It's ridiculous. So the Asian guy at the lights, and I do not know his name. If you're listening, because I see it's two people in here, so obviously you watch this show, 4 people now. Please tell me his name so I can stop hollering the Asian guy. So anyway, he's over there, and they have all these hoodies on. I'm like, why do y'all not have hoodies over your head, tied tight, and just let that shit fall on you? You know what I'm saying? These folks had the hoodie to the back, like for 2 bug infestation. Then they start getting it. Okay. They had maggots on them, girl. They was squirming and shit everywhere. I'm like, oh my gosh. Them girls was screaming. Sheree, Phaedra, MJ, and then some other girl. I forgot. I think it was Sandra. They was screaming like, ah, ah, ah. I know it was Kate. So Sandra did get Sandra called. That's right, Sandra called. She ain't finna play. Sandra did go through that daggone tunnel. But it was MJ, Phaedra, Sheree, and Kate that bucked out of the whole challenge, after no time hardly, right? Got out of there. Well, not no time, because Kate was like, okay, y'all, I think I'm gonna go ahead and hide me out, because that was the scare word, like whenever you want to get out. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, y'all. And then somebody was MJ. I think Sheree was just ah, 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 and I was just like, y'all, that is so fucking crazy. Like, y'all gonna have to start getting rid of some of these people that are scary and don't want to participate. I just really feel like Sheree's done all right. She's done better than Phaedra. Phaedra is the one who's done the least in the challenges, and I'm sick of her with this shit. If that bitch don't get in there and do some challenges, I don't care about really wanting her to be a traitor to the end. I'm really getting pissed off about it. For real. She's pissing me the fuck off. Like, girl, get your ass in there and work. Stop sitting around with the little clothes and little nails. What you come to this shit for with long nails for? That's ridiculous. Girl, bye. The wig ain't even right That little what is that shit? Ginger colored wig is not even cute and it looked fake. So girl, go on and let the buzz get in the wig and come on, throw the wig to the ground and keep moving. Girl, bye. Girl, when that light would have went off, I'd have threw that wig to the ground and put my beanie on. Do you hear me? Hello? Girl, we trying to win this money. This money. Okay. So honey, they down in there having to go. Rats is all on them, girl, in that tunnel. Rats, girl, real rats. I was like, oh my gosh. When I tell you, I would have been like, y'all, I just have to go straight to the tunnel. I cannot search for a motherfucking thing. I need somebody to help me get through this tunnel, and then y'all go back and search for shit. I can't do it. I would have tried my best to follow somebody through that tunnel, screaming and crying, and get out just so that I wouldn't be a negative to the team. That's what I would have did. Or I would have stayed. I would have stayed and worked the lights and just been a negative because I couldn't get through because everybody, they did. Well, no, CT did come back and get the Asian guy, and they did get through. They did get through. Yeah, they got him through the tunnels. So yes, I'd have worked the lights and then went through trying to get through the tunnel. But really, I think for me to be had to been the best, you would have had to just walk me through this tunnel, get me out, and I'll cheer y'all on. Okay. So, anyways, they in there getting coins. Each coin was $5,000, and then God dog it, Trishelle gets a freaking, oh my gosh, Trishelle gets a freaking shield. I was like, oh, I want the bitch to die. But anyway, so she got a shield, and then then they allowed her to not say she had a shield. Ain't that some shit? They allowed her again to say to not let anybody know she had the shield. So I'm thinking, okay, whoever the traitor, because it's only gonna be Phaedra and Pavarti out there for the names on this night at the round table. So I'm thinking, which one of these people literally prevail, of the two traitors prevail, if they pick Trishelle, which is the next big mouth besides Peter, either Peter or Trishelle needs to go at this point. If they let Trishelle stay, then or if they try to murder her, then she'll have the shield and she won't be murdered. I said the wrong thing. Unalived. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, oh, please don't pick Trishelle. Whoever wins this and gets back to the traitor place, please don't pick Trishelle. Okay, because it's Peter. Just pick Peter. He's the one. He's the one to get gone. Okay. Anyway, and then Trishelle tomorrow. Okay. So, anyways, they literally go to the round table, honey. And I'm like, I'm so scared for Phaedra. I want Phaedra to get to the very, very end. I want it to be one traitor, one faithful. And then they go hard. And I want it to be a cold-blooded mission and make Phaedra work for it. Okay. So, anyways, I'm sitting here thinking it ain't gonna be Phaedra because we haven't heard her say something about something, and I ain't looking for a rose or something. So we haven't heard her say that. So, but I'm still thinking I don't know because girl, Trishelle is making a great case. So they sit down at the table. First person to target, Pavarti. Pavarti comes through. I know I'm on here, and I know I've been at. My name is on here. I know that people have put me out there, and I was wrong for getting with. I was wrong with getting with Dan. And he turned out to be a traitor and stuff like that. But woo. I'm just trying to help be the best faithful that I can and da da da. Okay, so she does that. Here comes Trishelle with her 3-point bulletin on Phaedra. Okay. Phaedra's like, girl, what am I supposed to look like when somebody else is unalived? And I'm like, right, what at breakfast? That's what I said earlier. I want y'all to bring me back to it, but ain't nobody talking. I said, at breakfast, what is there to look like? I'm alive, girl. Okay, somebody died. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to be like, oh my gosh, my mouth be falling open just like the rest of y'all. Like, what am I supposed to act like? Oh, she doesn't act like she doesn't act like she's surprised at who died. I've seen Phaedra every time act like she's surprised. Now, what's she supposed to do? Carry on the rest of our conversation? She's like, I'm sorry. She said, what is it that you would like me to do to be surprised, surprised up to the level of a true faithful, honey? Baby, and Kate is loving Phaedra the whole time. Every time she has a response. And then she was like, okay, what else did you say you had? And she was like, well, she just dropped all her other points and went to the big one. I think Dan knows how to play the game really good. And I feel like that he put gave us a faithful, but see, this is the thing. or gave us a traitor. This is the thing. The way Dan did that, that was whack as hell. Why would you try to do? Why would you try to go for another person on your? You know what I'm saying? Why would you try to not have a game and let them put them onto another traitor? That he's a real traitor. Like freaking game. He's trifling. Okay, so but if that's his personality and she knows him to be his personality, she went with that. And she was like, listen, I think Dan would have put us onto a traitor. And that turned a lot of people's things. But here go John. John said, well, here's the thing. I don't it's been very, very suspect for Pavardi, you know? And some of the things she's done, I've just seen it to be that of a traitor. He said something else. I hate that I forgot it. Here, I'm gonna this is gonna be a longer one. I'm gonna pull it up. Okay. But here's what killed me is Kate comes in, right? Hold on, we're gonna watch it on time. Hold on. We're just gonna watch it real quick. Kate's in there loving Phaedra's responses, right? And John shook the table. He damn sure did. Hold on, let me get back over here. Hold on. Let me get back over here and get this thing popping real quick. Because I want to tell you I want to tell you exactly what John said. Because I was like, ooh, and I can't remember. I gotta start taking notes when I watch this. Hold on. I was wondering if anybody could type today because I hadn't seen anything. Thank you, KM. Hold on one second. Let me get in here to what John said, honey. I'm sorry, I have to go. I had to find it on my streamer. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? No result found. Yes, I just was watching this. Hold on. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. You know I like to keep mine to 20 minutes, but we're well beyond that. Duchess of Deception. Yeah! We're about to get to it. We're about to listen to this whole dang round table. Okay? It just is what it is. I'm gonna have to turn off. Why is this not coming up? Did I have it spelled right? I do. Okay, hold on. Hold on one second. Because I'm literally going to Traitors. Let me do Traitors with an S. Oh, that's why it's too far back. Okay. I'm going to just take the monetization off this child. It don't matter. Because this is very important that we catch this dang round table. Hello. Okay, God, dog. Here you go. Ooh. Girl, they got Traitors everywhere. I was like, I would sit up and be in my room all weekend watching the Traitors from the UK, from the Australian, and all of them. Okay? All right, let me get down here. No. I need to get over here to season 2. Hello, Wench. Okay, hold on. Oh, golly. They starting on. Yeah, okay. I'm finna calm down, so just hold on. Because I'm moving around too fast. Okay, here's season 2. Calm down. Whoever's here gonna be here. But you better respect me. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, but you better respect me. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's called what? A Knife at Dawn. Knives at Dawn. Okay, come on. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Okay, so it won't let me go down. Hold on. Dog. Go ahead. Now, we didn't already loved on each other. Go ahead, dog. I'm trying to talk. All right, here we go. All right, let me go to the end. Oof. Gosh. I'm like, what in the hell is going on? All right. Now, let's listen.
You're going to burn me like this? Then at least respect me enough to...
Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, here we go. Golly. I keep saying here we go, but just give me a second. All right, we're at the round table, okay?
No, he just sucked at playing this game. That's why he's not here.
I don't know what to think. I really don't.
Hold on, let me start. Damn, the round table is long this time. Hold on. Dang, I'm almost at half the daggone thing. Okay.
It's time to vote.
Have a great night, y'all.
Today feels weird.
All right, guys.
Spader.
I don't feel that Monday's gonna come at all, but who knows? This game creates a sense of fairness.
I'm sorry, she walked in them right in front of the right.
However, the obvious is poverty.
Okay, so she walked in. I forgot to. I had it mixed up. Phaedra walked in on them talking right before the round table. I love this song.
Coming into this round table, I know it's going to be.
Can y'all hear?
For poverty. But she's played a good game and she's lasted way.
Let me go stand up here. I don't feel like standing up all this time.
It's either going to be me or Phaedra. There's no other names on the block. I wish there was a way that we could save both of us, but it seems like it's going to be her tonight.
I have like the most evidence you can actually have in this game, but I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Phaedra has 3 ride or dies that I could show them on paper that Phaedra is a traitor and they will not vote for her.
That was Trishelle. Girl, I love this show. It is so dramatic.
Good evening, everyone. Here we go again.
They should have kept with the montages that they had on the first 2 episodes.
And round the round table, the ragged rascal ran. But how much longer can the traitors keep running? In today's mission, you won $11,000. Your prize pot now stands at an impressive $114,500. That is not to be sniffed at. Players, look around you.
I'm stopping real quick because I really want to know, like, how much are they getting paid to even be here? Because, you know, even though they're getting paid just to be on this show. And then they win the pot, too. I wonder how much everybody's contract is for. 50 G's? I think probably about 50. For a week.
Who looks like the innocent flower but is the serpent under it? Whose time has run out? The floor is yours.
He is such a trip. Okay, now here goes poverty or poverty.
My God, well, I think I need to start today.
She thinks she's such an actress. I ain't got commercials. It's coming back. Boom.
I know my name has been out there. People have been saying that I've been acting weird and quiet. And you're right.
So fake.
How I survive in situations when I feel like I'm under attack is I just become a brick wall. I've made some poor decisions in who I decided to trust. I made friends with Dan, which was a big problem because he was a traitor. I didn't know he was a traitor. Now I'm in a really big predicament and have clammed up like a shell.
So, going over my notes last night, and I was like looking back, and I was like,
her notes.
when did we start like talking about poverty, right?
Trishelle.
I didn't have much on poverty. I had like acting suspect, super quiet, which those are not really compelling arguments.
And she's not lying on Phaedra.
But
Phaedra does be acting suspect.
I had so much.
Phaedra said, "Oh, you did."
It's compelling, and I'll end with the most. The first one was that whenever we go into breakfast, you don't seem surprised about who's murdered, and then you also
What would make you think I don't seem surprised about who's murdered?
Your non-reaction, basically. You're never, ever worried, bothered. You're not scared about being murdered at all.
I'm not sure what that means. I've been nervous numerous times. I don't know what you want me to do to be nervous.
Oh yeah, listen.
I'm not frantic like you.
I said I start with the
Kate
lowest.
loves
Okay,
it.
so then go with the next. What's your other?
The most compelling argument for me, and like I do not see a way around this, Dan is a smart game player. I knew that Dan was going to go to Roundtable and say someone's name that was a traitor, because if he put a traitor up there, it would pretty much absolve him from being a traitor.
Okay,
And
let's talk about that. Okay.
And I think
you're a traitor. No, she said, okay. So she's saying that if a traitor puts another traitor in, that would absolve him. No, it doesn't. It means you're a fucking traitor loser in your real life, not just on this show. Like, bitch, the whole thing is, okay, you got found out, but let your other brethren continue. Dan was fucked up. In any other show that Dan ever got on, I would never fucking trust Dan. And honestly, Dan and fucking Phaedra is playing the same game of the same personality game of being all quiet. They even called Dan out for it. Being all quiet, don't want to don't want to talk the game with people and shit like that. Okay, the only thing about it is that he was running a scheme. To this date, right now, we're really not seeing, the viewers are not seeing an open scheme. Phaedra has not put forth a scheme or a strategy, a strategy to the cameras yet. That don't mean she don't have one, but I'm trying to understand, like, if you really have one, why wouldn't you be having why wouldn't you have a strategy to the cameras? Like, girl, who we gonna tell? It's over by the time we watch it. So I'm trying to understand. To me, that made me look like you may not have a real strategy. Dan talked to strategy in open air. But other than that, their personas in front of everybody else are basically the same. So how would that absolve him? He was saying the same shit about Phaedra that they were saying about him. So, girl, how does that work, Trishelle? Take this head off your head and think.
I think that you're a traitor.
Phaedra, what possible incentive does Dan have at the point at which he knows he's going to be banished permanently from the castle to lie?
So John shook the table here too. He said, Phaedra, why would Dan lie on you when he know he's already about to get banished? But he really didn't know. That's why he was fighting. And that's why he put Phaedra's name there. He didn't really know. He was hoping he didn't. But John says, why would Dan lie if he know he's facing this type of banishment? Well, for one, he could lie and people still not pick Phaedra, maybe pick somebody else or whatever, because there's other names that was thrown out too that night. Okay? And then come back, and Phaedra can't fuck with him anyway because they both traitors. So why not lie? Or he could lie because because Phaedra was next on his list to say who was a possible traitor. Or Phaedra could be a traitor. It's too many things to be running back this shit from what Dan is. Now, y'all right that Phaedra's a traitor, but these arguments, to me, I'd be busting them up. I'd be like, pure. Okay, come on now. Am I crazy?
The traitors, and wouldn't obviously give someone that was a traitor.
So she hit him back with how she hit the shit back. Phaedra hits the shit back with how it should have been, what you would have thought a motherfucking traitor would do, right? Is give you just somebody off the wall that ain't nobody been saying nothing, so that he could protect saying nothing about, so he could protect the traitors. Because you would think that you would protect your own brethren, not Dan. Here go Trishelle like, that ain't it. Come on, start.
Remember last year, we voted out 2 traitors.
I wish it had been that easy, that we would have just banished and found the traitor of whoever the most recent banished traitor had voted for. That would have made the game very easy.
Phaedra, I do have observations as well.
Look at this thing.
When I talk to you about any suspicions of people, your eye starts to freak out a little bit.
I've never heard anybody say that.
Actually, I noticed it too.
So?
And then, oh Lord.
How did it like so?
Just curious, have you grown up with twitches? I'm just curious.
No one has ever said that. I've never heard that a day in my life. Never.
It's just an observation.
John, what are you thinking? I do have a thought.
Okay, before he shakes the table all the way up. what? Somebody give me the Asian guy's name. I forget his name. I don't want to keep calling him the Asian guy. He was like, and then your eye freaks out. And I'm like, dude, you went on this hocus pocus shit on some other stuff. So, dog, like, what? Are you still on hocus pocus stuff? Y'all was all up on hocus pocus stuff, like on two different people, and y'all still doing this dude, the Asian guy, is still doing the hocus pocus shit. Okay, your eye be twitching, and then to me, Phaedra really wasn't even taking up for herself too hard. I'm like, what is going on? Now, y'all, me, if I was on the show, now that I see a lot of stuff, and I see that these producers, I feel like they have been changing stuff as things went through. I think that I hope that Phaedra is not showing any strategy to the camera because she know the camera ain't brethren either. Okay? I'm just gonna let you know. Because the camera ain't just us. The camera's the people sitting there watching it too. Okay? Watching it in real time. Okay? Hold on. Here comes John.
A thought. I feel it's just intuition. Parvati could well be a duchess of deception and a mistress of murder.
She's looking like, what? What? She keep looking at Peter. Peter ain't saying that. He just looking back and forth.
You have said in relation to Dan,
I heard you say.
There is no doubt that you were his accomplice and he yours.
Bam! You showed shit.
Possibly his
partner in crime as a traitor. Come on.
Worried about banishment. That you have been, if you like, serene
about the threat of murder. Oh, he was bad.
At the sacrifice ritual, people were given the opportunity to plead for their lives. You didn't. You chose to say nothing because you knew that you were not going to be murdered.
Damn. And she thought she had
dead scared.
Baby, she thought she had put on for John, didn't she? I put on for my city. I put on for my city. Girl, she thought she had put on for John. And Grandpa was gonna be like, oh, my precious is crying. No, bitch. Duchess of deception, partner in crime. Okay? No. Oh, I didn't cut up today. I'm sorry, y'all. Come on, play.
Scared until very recently. There's been so much suspicion on me because I felt like the more suspicion on me, the more the traitors are going to keep me around because they wouldn't murder someone who is probably going to be the next to be banished, because that would be smart of the traitors to do that. So I have been more scared of being banished because there's been a lot of suspicion on me.
What? That didn't make no fucking sense. Go ahead.
Phaedra, I do believe that I haven't seen true faithful qualities from you in regards to the fear that naturally comes with being a faithful.
Okay, so again, Phaedra, you're gonna have to change it up. Yes, there is a fear that naturally comes with faithful. And they got Dan up out of here, Phaedra. Now the motherfuckers done told you about 3 times. And they told Dan about 2. Now, girl, you better get down in here and get for real. Okay? You better put your panties on the floor and get for real, okay? For real. Okay? And start acting like you ain't just so safe, okay? But this is what tripped me out, Peter. You think you really doing stuff. But now you're trying to hold this faithfulness down with Parvati as if Parvati has shown faithful traits. Bitch. Maybe before she got intercepted and snatched in with the traitor she was. But ever since, I don't even remember her back then because she been so traitorous and treacherous since she got back there in that lair. Okay? So now you want to see, you think you really playing, but you ain't. Because what you don't sit and wait to the round table, Peter, to try to have some brotherhood and alliance and allegiance to someone. Girl, boy, get away from me with this mess. Go away from me with this in my favorite voice. Peter.
As a traitor, you're just not privy to. So
you're the faithful king, right?
I didn't say that.
Ooh, she funny. Kate laughing in the motherfucker. She said, I just feel like you haven't, he said, I just feel like you haven't had enough fear like the other faithful. She's like, because you're the faithful king, right?
I think Dan did tell us something, whether he intended to do it or not. It just...
And if you think her just saying that was a quip, that's also to fuck with the other faithfuls. Because you're the king, right? Uh-huh. You say what everything goes and stuff, right? Uh-huh. Okay, come on. Thank you, KM, for telling me. You know, you made me say I need to go because I was going to miss over some of these good ones.
From my mind.
I'm going to take notes next
I
time.
just think that so many people have gone home for a lot less.
That's a dumb argument.
Very passionate about voting out Parvati yesterday.
Yeah, until I read my notes again.
But so did those reasons evaporate?
I had a conversation with Parvati that...
So do they not stand anymore?
...shifted my view. And I'm not saying it's 100%, but the pendulum started coming back down.
Because there's a backdoor deal going down.
Oh, he turned red instantly.
With Peter and Parvati, Peter made the interesting comment, Parvati, I can work with you. We can work together. And I said, let me dismiss myself from this because I don't want to be a part of this conversation.
Red.
You want to work together and get somebody out?
I'll be honest, and I know this sounds crazy.
Mm-hmm. Phaedra cleared right there.
When that conversation happened
in
the armory, I was kind of being a little cocky, and I was like, oh, like I got her like dead in sights. And I was like, oh, you wanna work together kind of thing.
And I said, Peter, why would you want to work with me if you think I'm a traitor?
And then I said, I'm just joking.
John ain't buying it.
After you had the conversation, that was a joke. Do you want to work together? Suddenly, you've changed your mind about Parvati. You were so...
Can y'all hear me? Because, oh my gosh, my daughter just called me. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, okay. I can see the thing going up. Okay, cool. All right, let's go back real quick. Just a quick second. Okay. Because we're going to listen to this.
In the armory, I was kind of being a little cocky, and I was like, oh, like I got her like dead in sights. And I was like, oh, you wanna work together kind of thing.
And I said, Peter, why would you want to work with me if you think I'm a traitor?
And then I said, I'm just joking.
But now,
John ain't
after
buying
you
that
had the
shit.
conversation, that was a joke. Do you want to work together? Suddenly, you've changed your mind about Parvati. You were so passionate about.
Even though it was a joke.
Why are you defending Phaedra so much?
Because I think it's weird that you've been so Parvati all this time, so Parvati. And then right after...
But I'm still not off of Parvati.
I'm not done speaking. I'm defending Phaedra because I think it's weird that you were so Parvati all the time, and then you actually say to her, do you want to work together? You switched it to Phaedra.
Mm-hmm.
And really, the whole thing that your whole big case is relying on is the fact that Dan, being this great, brilliant game player, he must have been giving you a clue on the way out. No, he just sucked at playing this game. That's why he's not here.
I don't know what to think. I really don't.
CT really was confused.
Time for talk is now over. Players, it's time to vote.
I'm here for it. Phaedra, nervous like a mug.
This is an important vote. The outcome of this vote could very well determine the outcome of this entire game.
It did too.
I totally believe her.
Because what happened in the end?
I'm glad that she finally got the heat at the round table.
Me and Phaedra have been getting along very well. You know, she picked me at that torch ceremony. However, I'm looking for traitors, not love. And I do think that what Trishelle and Peter were talking about does raise some good questions. And honestly, she would be a good one. Honestly.
Okay, so here's the thing for me. Everybody voted. We're not listening to what people got to say. Phaedra is not voted off. Parvati is banished. Okay. Parvati is banished. She gives this whole I've been working on integrity and self-love and my identity and and I am a traitor. And everybody's like, yeah, we kind of already knew that, right? So she goes on, she's a traitor, booty woo, right? Here's what threw me off. Phaedra done acted like she started crying. And Phaedra done started her shit immediately. Oh, okay, let me show some of my Phaedra got used teary-eyed. I think it was Sandra or MJ said, don't cry, don't cry. She said, I'm trying not to cry. Now, do I think she was really crying? I do. I could imagine that being hard, right? But I also think she said, let me get this shit in gear real quick. It's not acting like Girl, that was look, girl, that was hilarious. That part right there was hilarious. Okay. So now it's a traitor of one, only one traitor. Okay. And Phaedra is going down to the lair by herself. And Mr. Dandy Man comes in. Whoop. Okay, let me just finish this. Let me just finish this out real quick because this thing is cutting up. Okay. Yes. So per the rules, Phaedra cannot, or there cannot be one traitor, I guess. Okay. So instead of her getting a what do you call it? A unaliving that night tonight, she has to pick a faithful that she thinks she can turn into a traitor. Um, Move. That she thinks she can pick and turn into a traitor. to work with her. And this heifer picks Kate. Now, I'm going to keep it real. Kate probably ain't the only one who would turn into a traitor with her at a drop of a dime. She's the surefire. The thing I have with Kate is about Kate real hard. Now, Phaedra says, I'm going to pick Kate. She's like, Kate. Because she thinks they have a kindred spirit. I do too. I think they are cloaked in bitchery, treachery, and deceit. Okay? But something inside of me feels like, girl, if you pick Kate and you didn't pick her, you cannot be operating the way you were. You better not let her go in there and do you like Dan said, talking about he could flip you, flip it, and rub it down, and you gonna do whatever he say. You better not let Kate get a hold of the, run everything. You best not. And you better get an understanding with her from the beginning that you trying to take it, you and her, all the way to the end. To the last competition. Okay? Because I just don't trust Kate. And I don't see Kate being a good ally with Phaedra running the current game she running. So we're gonna see what Kate has to do. They done brought Kate down to the dungeon, and Phaedra gonna come down there and question her. And Kate has to either accept or die and get kicked off the show. She has to accept to be a traitor or die and get kicked off, which she did come kind of mid-season. So if she is let go, who cares? You know what I'm saying? She ain't worked as hard as some of the other ones. But I don't know. In the comments, please let me know if you think Kate was the right choice for this. Thank y'all for listening. I'm sorry for all the ups and downs and stuff like that. It happens sometimes. Take care. Bye. This is on Peacock TV. See ya.